Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How's everybody tonight? Yay, it is time for our free Jules chat. So, as you're jumping on and finding us, if you're watching live, go ahead and comment live. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and comment replay. And if you're watching this as an extension of the Pantone color event that we've been doing and this new jewelry reveal that we've been doing, welcome on. We're so excited that you're still here as part of this event. Tracy, I feel like we're both in this like mocha mousse type of look.
Absolutely. I'm enjoying it. We're like one of those squares at the mall where it's like you can buy this piece to go with that piece. That's what we are.
Love it. Love it. Oh my gosh. All right. Hello, everybody. And stylists, if you are watching this and needing to share this with your group or viewers, go ahead and click that share button. Even viewers, if you're watching this and you want to click the share button so that more people can catch this and see if a business in sparkle is going to be right for you or somebody that you know, go ahead and click the share button. We appreciate that so much. So, all right. I think that lots of people have found us by now. So, hello again, everyone. So great to see you all. My name is Michele Zito. I am a company VP with Park Lane Jewelry, and I am here with Tracy Gilliam. She is an area leader on our team from New Jersey. I'm in New York, and here we are. And on a free Jules chat, which is what this is, we love to just share a little bit about what we love about our business and what you might love about it too, so that you can kind of decide if it's something that you want to look further into or to decide to give a shot yourself. So we're so glad that you're here, and stick with us because at the end we are having a jewelry raffle that we're going to tell you about. So, Tracy, so great to be with you tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. It's so wonderful to be here. It's
Tracy,
it's
you've been here
homecoming.
now how long? A year and a half?
A little longer than a year and a half actually. Um Probably like a year and 8 months, maybe
Okay, so
nine
closer
months
to 2
now.
years.
Correct.
And I just love chatting with someone like Tracy, and in this case, actually Tracy, because Tracy is one of our team members that actually did come to us through our Direct Appoint program, which is one of our incredible programs that we have here, where if you have leadership experience at another direct sales company and you have had experience with sharing the business and training people and developing a team, then we will hear about those achievements and experiences and then decide if a leadership experience that is of a similar level is appropriate for you here. And that's exactly what happened with Tracy. So Tracy came to us actually from another jewelry company. So she came with a wealth of jewelry experience, which means that we knew she already loved jewelry and really just mostly wanted to hear about the programs that we had here, which is
Correct.
absolutely a big part of what we're sharing with you tonight. But Tracy, before we even go any further and talk about some of the questions that people might have, what would you say when you were thinking about making a change in your business and you did have that initial interview, which, we did together? What was it that kind of pushed you over the edge to say, yeah, this is where I want to be?
Well, not having to earn my title every month was probably the number one thing that attracted me. And secondly was your awesome Mercedes-Benz program, because at my previous company, you had to be like almost the second from the top tier in order to earn their car program. So between those two, it was like a no-brainer. And that weekly pay helped a lot.
All right, that's a top 3 list right there, because who does not love cars and money and a way lower stress level, especially for someone like yourself who does have a full-time job
Correct.
in addition to doing this. So for those of you, I know, a lot of people joke around that they're looking for a side hustle. If those of you that are doing this as a side thing or as a side thing with the goal of making it more of a full thing, or somewhere in between, maybe some of you are looking to replace an income that you've lost, supplement an income that you have. You're in the right place. That's the type of thing that we're going to be able to share with you tonight. So my name again is Michele Zito. I am a company VP and I've been here at Park Lane for 11 years. I was with a different company, just like Tracy was. I was with a different company, though a different one, for 14 years before coming to Park Lane, and had a similar interview as well. And in my 11 years here, I've had the great honor of sharing this business and training and helping both people like Tracy, who did come with direct sales experience and did start at some level of leadership, but also many, many more who came with no sales experience at all and just started from scratch, brand new, never sold anything before, and then have moved up through our ranks here as well. I started this business in my overall direct sales business. I started, when I say 25 years ago, that is June of 2000. Wow. And the reason that I started was because at that time I was a teacher on maternity leave, and I wanted to continue to be a teacher on maternity leave. It was June. And I was like, you know what, when school starts in September, I want to continue to stay home. So what can I do to be able to extend that maternity leave? And at that time, my husband was the one that was self-employed, and we were on my health insurance from teaching, which meant I was going to have to pay the COBRA. We were going to have to pay the COBRA. So in order to extend the maternity leave, I had to find a way to bring in $600 a month. That was the cost of the COBRA in June of 2000. And I had hosted a home party where the girl who did my party told me she made $200. And I was like, okay, well, if that's the case, it seems that if I did 3 parties a month, I would have $600 and I can extend my maternity leave. So off I went. I bought a kit. In June of 2000, I did 3 parties and I earned $604.62.
Wow.
And my husband and I were like, oh, all right, well, that worked out pretty well. So of course, what did we say? Why don't we try to do 1,000? So, because I had so much fun, I only left the house 3 times the whole month. I was like, I don't mind going out another 1 or 2 times. So the next month I went for 1,000 and I earned that. The month after that, somebody wanted to join up with me. And that's when I realized, oh, you get paid more for that too. Okay. Well, good thing I learned these lessons real quick, because when September came, I did extend my maternity leave, but also I was already pregnant again. So even if I had gone back to teaching, I would have had to go out on maternity leave again in the middle of that school year. So I continued to stay out, continued building the business. 2 years later, had another baby, gave up my teaching position. By now, I'm a leader with the other company, continued there on that path for 14 years. And then at the 14-year mark, I interviewed with Park Lane, who reached out to me. And when they shared the programs with me, I knew that I actually had to make the switch, because one of the things that I have prided myself on in all of these years is that if I'm going to share a business opportunity with another woman, and we do have men on our team as well, but it is definitely mostly women. If I'm going to share a business opportunity with another woman, I have to know that what I'm sharing is the best of what's out there, so that I can sleep at night, right? And if I'm going to tell another woman, when you leave your house and you leave your family, your spouse or your pets, or, whatever it is that whoever you're leaving to go do your business, or whoever you are taking your attentions from in order to run your business, that it's going to be worth it, that you're getting the best of what's out there, the best of what direct sales has to offer. And once I heard all the business plans and all of the programs that Park Lane had, I really had no choice but to switch if I was going to know in my heart that I was sharing the best of what was out there. And that's what we're here to share with you tonight.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Michele, I just want to ask you a question, actually a couple of questions, but what made you choose direct sales?
Yeah, when I was making this decision about, let's try to find a different way to make $600 than going to a regular job, the big reason for that is that I kind of wanted to still be home by day and then be able to kind of work a little more flexible, in a flexible manner. Because my husband had a tradition, he's in construction, so he would work by day and then maybe I could go out a couple of nights, to make the money. But not necessarily have a boss, not necessarily have someone telling me the schedule. Because sure, could I have gotten a job where I just worked 3 nights a week? I guess, but most of those part-time or retail type of jobs involve Tuesday night, Thursday night, and all day Sunday, or Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday, and all day Saturday. And that was not what I was in the market for. I was not looking to spend that many hours out of the house. And I wanted to do it on my time in a way that wasn't going to affect so many other areas of my life. It was my cousin's bridal shower. I wanted to be able to go without asking for permission. I wanted to be able to, if we were going to go on vacation, whatever it is we were going to do, I didn't want to have to start asking for permission, time off, this, that. And that's really what direct sales enables you to do, because we are the representative for the company.
Yep.
And we work at the times, places, and spaces that work best for us. So whether that is a mostly online business, a mostly in-person business, some sort of percentage of both, on the days and times that work best for us, that's what I really, really appreciated the most, was that flexibility. And the fact that I get to be a business owner without like what I consider to be the stressful and bad parts of being a business owner, like paying the rent and deciding on the products and who's dealing with the boxes and the delivery. Like I don't do any of that part. I get to have the fun part of showing and taking orders and helping people, get the great deals and all of that. So to me, that's where direct sales is really a fantastic way, especially for women who already wear so many hats, right? How many hats are all of you wearing that are watching? Tell us in the comments. Like, do you work full-time? Do you work part-time? Are you a mom? Are you a daughter? Are you a volunteer in your community? Are you a grandparent? Do you care for aging parents and you need to travel in order to do that, or drop things on a moment's notice to take care of things like that? Special needs family members. There's just so many different hats that women wear. And I'm naming offhand so many that our very own team members, wear.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's really where direct sales is it for me.
Yeah, and look at all of the hats that the women are wearing. It is a lot. And I'm sure what resonated with them: flexibility, freedom, and no overhead. So direct sales would be the go-to. But I get that. But what made you choose jewelry?
It's funny because my first business, unlike you, my first business was not jewelry. It was the most unjewelry thing you could ever have, actually, you could ever sell. So what was going to make me switch to jewelry? What makes jewelry a great product to sell? Well, when I went on that interview, I actually didn't think that jewelry was going to be as great of a product as what I was selling until I listened a little more. And I certainly have a better view of it now after 11 years. So jewelry is something that really everyone loves and everyone purchases, because some people purchase it for themselves. If you are a jewelry lover, if you are a bling queen, shout yourself out in the comments. Comment bling queen, because obviously for you, the why jewelry is a very easy question. You could even skip, you wishing you could fast forward this part where you're like, I don't need to be convinced about jewelry, because jewelry is something that you love, you wear, you can't get enough of it. But what you have to remember too, jewelry is in the top 3 gifts that are both received by women, but also given by women. Yeah. There are special occasions, 365 days a year, birthdays, anniversaries, celebrations of any kind. And then there's the seasonal, right? Like we're coming into fall now. You bought some new sweaters. You realize you need a new necklace to go with it. You bought a new dress. You have a wedding upcoming. You're going on a vacation. These are all reasons why women buy jewelry. And again, for themselves or for others. And it's been around forever and it's never going away. Jewelry's in King Tut's tomb, and here we are in 2025. which means that our job of helping people select it, helping women style it, helping work out the great specials on it, our job of helping with jewelry never goes away, because there's a big difference between shopping with a stylist who helps you and going on a website and randomly picking things. The experience is world of difference. So from a business standpoint, jewelry is easy to ship and store. Not that really that's, again, our problem. That's really what Park Lane is doing for us. However, I do keep a lot of extra jewelry here. Clearly, Tracy does too. Check out her sparkly backgrounds, her wallpaper, her jewelry. And when we want to do an extra giveaway, an extra gift, an extra something, it is no problem at all to pop a pair of earrings in the mail, unlike what I used to sell, which was not something that I would be mailing on a regular basis. So the why jewelry part really has worked out unbelievably. It's something that my previous product was something that I was always told was a need. But then I started selling jewelry and I realized way more women consider jewelry a need.
It is a need. It's necessary. Okay, so that is so wonderful. What made you choose Park Lane?
And that's really where we were both touching upon at the beginning of this, Tracy and I both talking about that. It was really the programs that make you realize this is the place to be. And if you're going to run a business, you need to know that the company running it has enough programs in place that they're going to be there for as long as you want to be there, right? And if you've had the terrible experience of your company closing entirely or changing programs to your detriment, whether it is taking away a hostess program, taking away a sale you used to have, taking away something that you in the field received, and you know what I mean about these programs. So first, you want to know that the company itself is stable. And, Tracy and I actually Tracy took her first earned Park Lane trip, but just last month we were together just a few weeks ago in Zurich, Switzerland. So Tracy got to meet the owners of the company for the first time.
Yes.
And Park Lane is family owned and operated for 70 years. The trip was so extra deluxe because it was our 70th anniversary celebration trip. So they did a lot of extra special things for us. And Tracy, as your first time on a trip and seeing the family, what was your impression, especially based on having been with a different company prior?
So my first impression was it was the relatability to me, right? I couldn't point out, while the other company I was at is family owned, I couldn't point out an owner in a one person lineup. This family, they just make you feel welcome and inclusive into their family. So they really do treat the people of Park Lane as an extension of their family. And you felt invited, you felt warm, like you can touch them, you can talk to them. They were very much approachable. I loved it.
Yeah, it's so true. And it's because we are now third and fourth generation already. And that's something that we see happen, not just in direct sales companies, even in your own neighborhood, right? The local bakery that, grandpa owned all these years, and then the son or the grandchildren or whatever, they don't want the business, the bakery goes out of business. We've seen it happen. I've seen it happen here in direct sales with a lot of different companies over my 25 years, including the one I used to work at, where the family didn't want the business and it either sold to corporate or closes. And this company was started by a husband and wife team that was in their teens when they started it. And then they built a large family while at the same time building their business. And over 20 years ago, 3 of the sons took over as co-owners, which means that their children are kind of like millennial age now. They're working at the home office. They're doing different jobs, from jewelry design to payroll to all kinds of things. And then so are, in some cases, their children, who are, of course, little ones, that will be the ones picking raffles at events and just like all kinds of things. So to see that stability and longevity, and when Tracy says that, it's their family legacy.
Correct.
And because they take their family legacy to heart so much, I can be confident that it's also my family legacy. And so can Tracy, and so can every
Yep.
single member of Park Lane. So that right there, the stability, huge. So now let's talk programs, because now that they've set up a company so firmly and strongly, right, the correct way with minimal debt right off the bat, now what we have is 70-year-old company that is cash rich, debt free, and now has amazing programs and always has. So let's talk about the program you probably know, many of you, which is the customer program, right? Now, Tracy, when you came here and you started telling your customers who were used to shopping for jewelry what the sale was here, what was their reaction to the buy two, get four, the bonus item?
They couldn't believe it. They were like, "What's the catch? Is it a different set of jewelry that I have to pick from in order to open up this jewelry?" They could not believe it, which was a reason why, like, I branded myself, but they trust me and my discernment to know that I'm not going to sell anything that I wouldn't wear. They followed me right over, and when I tell you they are park laners, they are park laners. They couldn't believe it. We didn't get specials like that.
I mean, it is amazing that for two low price pieces, like a pair of
Correct.
Whisper earrings and Moana earrings, these are $28 each. Now you're like, wait, I can get now this necklace, which is actually a set of two that I don't even have on the other one, or the Collins necklace that Tracy has on, or this beautiful brand new piece that just came out a few days ago, that these can all be half price. I
Yep.
think we have the same even rings on, Tracy. Do we have the
We
same rings
do.
on? To
Hmm.
get the ember rings half price, all because you got two low price pieces. Maybe you're more of a hoop gal and you want to get a pair of the embraceables as one of your low price pieces. And then you still get a bonus item. And with that qualifying purchase, to be able to get a bracelet that would normally be close to $200, like the ones either of us are showing you right now, that's going to be a $35 bonus. And I get a lot of what Tracy just said, which is, well, what do I get to pick from for the bonus items? No. Whatever piece you want from the whole regular collection, and you're getting your highest one for $35. So even
Yeah.
when it's an impression bracelet that would normally be $188, now it's $35. So we also have things like the style drops, where a special color impression bracelet comes out, or a special coordinating bonus piece or whatever that is a special price with a $40 purchase usually. Our Sparkle Box subscription, which is either, there's three different levels of Sparkle Box, which maxes out at a minimum of three pieces a month, valued at $260, that you get for $59 a month. There's just so many incredible specials that we have. And here's what we know about women in shopping that I have found to be true. Tell me if you agree, Tracy. Number one, women love a great deal on a quality item, right?
Agree.
And fact number two, when we find a great deal on a quality item, we love to tell our friends about it.
Absolutely. Share, share, share. Absolutely.
We all do it. You do it from the grocery store when you call your sister and you tell her that the cheese or the juice or whatever is on a great deal. We do it in department stores. We do it when we see things online. Oh, send me the link. How many times have you said, send me the link? Now, the
A lot.
difference between all of us doing that on the daily and doing it here at Park Lane is that when a customer will tell a bunch of her friends about this great deal, about these amazing pieces, and we're sharing the link, well, then that's having a party. Because the link is going to be the link we set up for you and your friends. And then the girl doing the sharing gets hundreds of dollars worth of free and discounted jewelry. Aren't your hostesses always amazed by how much jewelry they get?
They absolutely are. And I get repeat hostesses.
That's exactly right. I have hostesses over the years, some that even followed me from my previous company, which again was not jewelry. And they've hosted a party with me once a year for the whole 11 years I've been here. If
I love
someone's
it.
hosted 11 parties over the years, clearly they're getting amazing benefits from doing so. And in some cases, some of my hostesses have even had different types of parties. They've had some of the online parties where it's kind of like a Facebook Live like this, where we're showing the jewelry. I know you do shows a lot on Zoom so that everybody
Yes.
can still talk and participate.
Hmm.
I know locally here we do sip and styles where the party is at like a party room of a restaurant. People still have regular shows in their home like back in the day, which is still, of course, a thing because women still love to get together and hang out. There are countless options. But bottom line is that that's a hostess program, if you want to use older language, right? And that
Hmm.
hostess program is Park Lane providing a gigantic shopping spree to the woman who gathered up her friends. And if only these grocery stores would allow us to bring 10 friends and get a $400 gift card the way that Park Lane allows, they'd probably get a lot more business.
They sure would, but they don't think that through like that. They don't
They
think it through.
don't.
Yeah.
So that's now the customer program, which leads to lots of women wanting to be hostesses, sharing the link, getting a free shopping spree, which then sets us up for the amazing compensation program. Because what good would 30, 35, 40, 45, or 50% commission be if no one wanted to buy the jewelry?
Correct.
What good would those levels of personal commission or the fact that we earn on our team infinitely deep every single month for as long as we're here at the company, right? So if you have a recruit with a recruit with a recruit with a recruit and it goes down 50, 100, 250, 500 people, you're earning on every single one of those people. That is true here.
Yep.
But what good would that be if we didn't have programs that supported people that would want to work and stay here? Right? We could say, oh, it's 90% commission. 90% of zero would still be zero. So that's
Correct.
why we're telling you the other programs first. Because when I heard those first two rounds of programs, I had to kind of control my eyeballs because what she was explaining to me as the customer program actually sounded to me like a hostess program. So I'm like, if this is what customers get, what do hostesses get? Then when I heard what hostesses get, I'm like, well, now I know that people are going to want to have parties. People are going to want to shop. People are going to come back and shop with me repeatedly. So when I heard about the commission levels, it was amazing. When I heard about the fact that you earn infinitely deep on your whole team as you grow a team, it was amazing. And when I heard about what Tracy said as her number one thing that drew her here, which is that here at Park Lane, there are never demotions. You do not lose your title if
Nope.
you don't jump through enough hoops. You do not have to reclassify yourself every single month on the first of the month where it looks like you're all the way back to intro level again. Because once we promote to a level or once we are assigned a level, depending on how you start here, you keep that title for as long as you work here. Isn't that amazing?
I love that.
Now,
I
for those
love
of
it.
you that are new to direct sales and are saying, that seems like how it should be, we agree, Park Lane agrees, but the rest of the direct sales world does not agree.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something that, if this will be your first direct sales experience, which many of our team members, that's the case, they're always like, I feel so spoiled that I never had to go through those programs of getting demoted or losing your title or, being embarrassed into having to say you're a different level than you were because of something someone else did that wasn't even within your control. So now, with all of that being the case as far as pay and programs, that's what leads us into the perks too. The perks of that, Tracy also said in her top 3, that Mercedes car program in most companies is a super high-end thing, a super high-level thing. Here at Park Lane, first level leadership, one recruit on your team, you now start earning that Mercedes. Tracy is a second level leader here, and she is a Mercedes car achiever because it's an achievable program.
It is.
When you have programs, when a company goes on about programs, but you don't ever hear about anyone getting those programs, that's not a real program then. Here, we have tons of people on our team that are Mercedes car program achievers that drive the Mercedes or take the cash bonus. So that's a big part of it. We have tons of us that go on the trips every single year. There are 2 vacation opportunities every single year. So we just sent in all of our paperwork to go on the next trip that's coming up in February to Cancun. And right now, every single one of us is eligible to earn a trip to Amsterdam, which will take place next summer. So if you are joining us, you're going to be in on that. What about the jewelry, Tracy? A lot of people are super concerned that they're going to have to spend all of their commission on buying jewelry. Why don't you tell them about why that is not the case?
No, ma'am, that is not the case because for me, it breaks down into 3 different things. For one, we earn rich rewards, which are based on your sales. So they have categories in which you can earn rich rewards. And with those certificates, you buy the jewelry. It's not like you can only get this jewelry, it's 100%. If your certificate could pay for it, that's what you get. So you have rich rewards. On top of the rich rewards, this is what I call the double dip. And I love double dips. They always have peace incentives. So if your goal is rich rewards, you're automatically going to earn whatever peace incentive they have at that level. But my main thing is every week I do a self-hosted party. And with that self-hosted party, I give half of the hostess rewards away and I keep half. I need to keep half because that's the jewelry that I give away. That's the jewelry that I use when people are unsure, just to show them that this is really good quality. This is not costume jewelry. It is high fashion jewelry, and there is a difference. And then when they receive their item, their pieces, they're like, oh, it is
Oh,
different. Yeah, it is. It's way different. So you don't have to spend your money on jewelry because there are so many opportunities to just simply earn it.
there really are. And to have those 3 different ways to earn jewelry, the rich rewards you earn through sales and through team building both. So
Yep.
that's $1,100 worth of jewelry plus the bonus piece of the month plus the extras. I mean, it's truly incredible. And I'm glad you brought up the self-hosted party, Tracy, because a lot of companies out there don't allow you to do a show in your own name and gather up the host rewards. And
Nope.
Park Lane, in fact, encourages it. So that's why so many of you are in your stylists VIP group, for example, on Facebook, and you're forever in a jewelry raffle because they're using any of these ways to have all this extra jewelry to give away. And it's such a fun environment to work in because Park Lane is so generous to us, which allows us to be so generous to our customers and
Correct.
hostesses, which is a really fun place to be because a lot of times people feel like they have to hoard their stuff and be selfish with things. I'm talking about general world. And we don't have to live like that. We get to be go-givers. We get to live from a place of abundance. We know that there's always more jewelry around the corner.
Yep.
And it's a really fun place to be. And you really are, we all are the sum total of the 5 people we surround ourselves with most and the people that we most surround ourselves with. And when you surround yourself with people that are generous, that are happy in their job, that want to be there, that want to give, that want to compliment someone, you really have put yourself in a place of joy. And that's what you're going to find when you are a part of not just Park Lane, but this team in particular, because we have for you everything you need to run your business. A lot of times people worry, how do I know what to post in the parties? We give that to you. How do I know what to say? We give that to you. Is somebody going to train me? Absolutely. We have everything you need from Facebook groups to board app to a fully up and running website, everything that you need to run a business, along with a team of human beings that support you every step of the way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That was one thing that like blew my mind. The other company, it was like sink or swim.
Mm.
You'd hear from them at the end of the month to see if they can rely on some sales for you. Not Team Shine On. It is, I mean, if you think it and they don't have it, give them 15 minutes and they'll have it. That's how it is. Oh, you need a what? Okay, boom, and you have it. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a group of giving people
Yep.
that, we're not gatekeeping information. Anything that is working for us in our business, we share, we do. And if this is sounding good to you, then we're about to put a survey into the chat for you to complete where you can tell us where you think you are in this process. You can ask additional questions on there. Or you can tell us where you are, because guess what? If you decided this sounds amazing, I want to get started, then guess what? For $129, you get to pick out $500 worth of jewelry, and your website is up and running immediately. In addition, the person who's starting you in the business, who probably invited you to this chat, or that person's leader, if that person is new, is going to do your party for you. And at that party, we are working hard to wow your friends and family, help take orders, have everyone work the deal, to work out the specials, everything to make them happy. Because at the end of that party, you keep the commission on the party as your launch party. You still get the shopping spree as the hostess that we spoke about earlier, plus all of the jewelry from your kit. So that now you have the paycheck, a ton of jewelry, bookings that people want to have shows for your next earning opportunity, and a whole team of people working behind the scenes cheering you on. So if that
Absolutely.
sounds good, you should be checking off 5. Sign me up now on the survey. If you're almost up to that, but you're still a little nervous, you're going to check off 4 and let us know you want a decider party. A decider party is we'll have the party, and then I'll see at the end if I still want to join. And we'll tell you, how much is the paycheck? How much jewelry did you earn? Do you want to move forward with this? And you can decide yes. And then we submit the party in your name instead of ours. You get the money and the jewelry. Or you can decide, never mind, I'll just take the free jewelry. No harm either way. But if you keep coming to this, if you're watching this for the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, or more time, sitting on the fence is awfully uncomfortable. It's time to get off. It's September. Holidays are coming right around the corner. In fact, Tracy, aren't you finding people are already saying, I'm getting this for Christmas?
Absolutely are.
Holidays? Yeah.
Absolutely are. They've already started their Christmas shopping.
The first day that this collection came out, back on Thursday, I had somebody say, you know what? I usually start my Christmas shopping a little later, but I'm starting earlier this year. Can you send me the link? I want to place an order of this new jewelry. September. So why not be the person who can have a cash flow Christmas, Hanukkah, holiday season, instead of the one with a big fat credit card and you're dreading, I was going to say the mail, but does anyone really get the mail? It's probably a notification on your online banking. Instead of fearing the online banking notification, be excited about the online banking notification. We have weekly pay, direct deposit. There's a lot of women on our team that join this business because their regular job pays once a month. Are you kidding me? We cannot have that. We need money in between. The refrigerator doesn't know that you're not getting paid for another month when it breaks.
It does not. That is true. But also think about this. If you've gotten money to do your Christmas shopping because you took advantage of this amazing opportunity, you may have also gifted yourself a trip to Amsterdam.
That's right.
It's a win-win.
And all the other perks along the way. So we're putting that, if you haven't seen the link, look in the comments for the link to the survey. Fill it out right now, because guess what? If you complete that survey, you are then entered into the raffle for this gorgeous Arcadia bracelet. This is beautiful all year round. And if you're saying to yourself, is that bracelet going to fit me? It sure is, because it's a stretchy bangle, which you would never know just by looking at it. But between the green, the hammered gold, this is just an a bracelet that looks amazing in every arm party, even if you already have one, and you're going to now have multiples for stacking. So, Tracy, I think we got all the questions answered. Do you think?
I think so. I think so. We're just waiting to see who's going to Amsterdam with us.
Yes. So I look forward to seeing all of your surveys. We're going to follow up on any additional questions that you have. Thanks for joining us. Complete your survey, and we hope to see you on the team really soon. Have a great night,
Bye.
Tracy.